The best generalization you can make is taking Symphony of the Night and combining it with Dark Souls. Now, I really enjoy this game. It's easily one of the best Metroidvania games to come out in a long time. However, I've come across a few flaws that I feel I need to address. Now, this is the Queen of Smiles, one of the bosses of the game. Now, in this bit of gameplay, I enchant my sword and I dodge her attack, but immediately as I dodge, she turns around and strikes me. Now, this presents a big flaw in the game design. Despite being able to successfully roll out of the way of the boss's attack, she is able to track me and deal some damage. This adds a complete unfair advantage for the boss and punishes the player for successfully evading the first strike. The player will be caught off guard by the second attack, despite it not making any sense. You can see by the timing that there is no chance to react. I find it surprising no one else has taken any issue with this. The solution is easy. Once the boss starts an attack animation, it is committed to it. Meaning if the player dodges the attack and goes behind the enemy, they won't have to worry about it turning around and attacking them anyway. Being able to evade seems to be a recurring problem for me. Another arises when rolling out of the way of an enemy's gas attack, but almost getting poisoned anyway. But my most common problems stem from the boss monster designs. The Cyclops was perhaps one of the most infuriating in terms of how it fights. Its attack patterns seem almost too perfectly timed to hit you at vulnerable moments. Over here, I successfully block its horizontal attack, but my recovery leaves me wide open for its overhead swing. On the other hand, I get an almost similar problem when I roll out of the way. The boss turns around and hits me anyway, with no animation of the boss turning around before starting its attack. Its horizontal attack opens up a lot of inconsistencies with the invincibility period of rolling. During this run, I wasn't able to roll successfully to avoid taking a hit. Well, let's see that a little closer and slow down. It's hard to tell, but you might say that maybe I rolled too early, or too late, that my timing was off. It's hard to say because of the visual effect, but let's see an example of a successful dodge roll. Now, alright, I was able to dodge that time, but why? Well, we'll have to compare them side by side. Okay, well, that was hard to see, so let's see that again, but slow it down. Well, isn't that interesting? The timing was exactly identical. The only difference was that the positioning was a little too far away on the failure. Excuse me, but that is absolutely asinine. The invulnerability period should have carried me safely through the attack. You can see in both instances that I could have taken damage either way, so it makes no sense for me to be hit regardless. Now this scene was perhaps the worst part of the fight. No matter what happened, it kept repeating its overhead swing and I was hit on every single time, despite not being near its landing. In no way does this seem fair. I can't help but feel that something is off. So let's take this clip as an example. I'm standing in front of it, far away from the axe landing, but get hit. Now, when we zoom in, we see an effect that could represent a shock wave, which could result in the same amount of damage when hit. It easily stretches to where I'm standing, to which could explain how I took the attack. But from this angle, I took damage way before the shockwave even starts moving. I don't see why I should have been hit here. While the attack animation of the back of the butcher knife hits me, only the knife and the shockwave should be causing damage. While a lot of this is annoying, I still find the game immensely fun to play. The levels are wide and fun to explore with secrets to find. The visual effects make combat incredibly satisfying, and when it's fair, the difficulty adds an enlightening tension which rewards your successes. I'm going to continue playing this game and trying different builds. However, there is room for improvement.